All right, let's welcome in Tyrese Haliburton. Tyrese, what's up, man? We are announcing that you are the new Old Man in the Three correspondent. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, I'm super excited, man. I'm excited to just, talk about whatever. Appreciate you guys having me.
Of course. We'll be checking in with you periodically throughout the year. We'll have you on during the playoffs. Hopefully both our teams make runs in the playoffs, but we'll be chatting with you about all NBA stuff. We should probably start and talk about my ejection yesterday.
I think so. This is what the people want.
Yeah, that's what they want. You gotta give them what they want.
So I assume you saw the clip.
Oh yeah, of course I saw the clip.
With let's ask you then. So without any sort of backstory, without any context, the video itself, what were your thoughts?
I, at first, didn't know what happened. I saw you got teed up and ejected, and I had to rewind it a couple times to see what you did. I thought you might have cussed at somebody or did something, but then I saw the ball, kind of get flipped to him. Obviously, we're basketball players. Like you're, probably a little angry in the moment, hit him. And I couldn't believe it. So it was pretty crazy. I texted Tommy right after, like, man, we gotta ask him about it because it's pretty crazy what happened. Huh?
Yeah, I first of all, I did not cuss on that play at Josh Tiven, the referee. A few plays prior to that, I said something to him along the lines of that was a foul, and then he said something back to me. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't anything like demonstrative or anything. And I said, Josh, that's fine, but that's still a fucking foul. And when I said the F-bomb, he gave me the first tee, which I felt like was warranted. So a few things about my ejection. I just want to say this. I spin the ball to the refs all the time. It's not like an unnatural thing for me to like throw them a spin pass. When I do my pregame shooting and I'm done with my dribble series, I throw a spin pass to my coach that rebounds for me. I throw the spin pass. That's what I do. Did I put a little extra spin on that one? Yes.
For sure.
But I had no idea that was Josh that was sitting there, the ref that had just teed me up. In fact, I thought it was the other referee, so I'm driving to my right hand. I thought it was the referee on my right that had made the foul call. And as we know, that's the referee that's closest, that reports the scores table, who the foul is on, right? So when I turned around to toss the ball to the ref, because that's where we'd be taking the ball out of bounds, Tristan was in my way, so I didn't toss it one-handed, and I just kind of leaned around and spun it. And Josh was making the foul call, and so he had his whistle ready, and he was trying to do the hand signal, foul on whoever, 26, Nesmith.
Right.
And man.
So what was your initial thought when you heard the whistle and you saw it happening?
Well, I knew as soon as I threw the ball, he was walking into the ball. Like I knew that it was going to bounce weird. But that's why I walked away, because I wanted like whatever. I wasn't trying to do anything on that one. And then when I heard the whistle, I was like, "Fuck, I'm getting tossed." I knew right away. I was like, "I'm getting tossed." I didn't, And then the other thing too is like, look, we're gonna get fined or whatever, and I'm gonna talk to the league about the second one. I'm not even try. I won't protest the first one. I'll talk to the league about the second one. But as you know, like if you get tossed and then you don't leave the court in a timely manner, there's an additional fine on that. So you can't really protest the second one, even though it's ridiculous. Like I didn't want to waste time protesting the second one because then I potentially could get an additional fine.
Right. Well, I did not know that. I feel like I learned stuff all the time. Like when I first got to the league, I barely even knew you get how big the fine was until I read that. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'll ever say anything crazy.
Have you come close to getting one yet?
No, I have not. Not that any ref has directed it towards me that they would give me one or like they were angry with me. I almost said a derogatory term, and that would have not been good for me. But no, I don't think I've been too close yet. But rookies, we don't get calls anyway, so yeah, I'm just kind of used to it at this point.
So for the listener, a fine or a technical is a $2,500 fine. Obviously, if you get ejected, that's another $2,500. So now you're looking at a $5,000 fine, which all goes to a charity, I believe. And as you reach a certain point, and I don't know what that point is because I've never gotten close, but if you reach 8 technicals, 9 technicals, 10 technicals, whatever it is in a season, then the fines go up, obviously. And then if you get to 16, I think it is, you get suspended. Keep your money, Tyrese. Keep your money.
Yeah, who was the one who told me that? Robert Covington, like right away early in the year. Because I mean, like I've never played basketball where you could even cuss at a ref. Like and they do it so willingly in the NBA, and I'm like, wow. So somebody said something, and I was like, is that okay? I said, did he just say that? And then Robert tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, listen, young fella, just always keep that money in your pocket. And that's something I'll never forget. I'm gonna listen to that.
Have you played the Warriors yet with Draymond on the court?
No, I have not. I was hurt that game, so I haven't played.
Okay, because that, look forward to that because that is an experience. That is an experience. Draymond, I actually talked to him about it after the game last year. I'm like, what you specifically are able to say to referees, especially what's crazy is he gets his first tech and then he gets more ambitious with his language, even more ambitious after the first tech. Mm-hmm. It's wild. Yeah. It's wild.
JJ, do you think it's a 100% coincidence that the Pelicans came back and won after the ejection happened?
It's a 0% coincidence. I was playing some Jedi mind shit, and I'm going to take some credit for our comeback. Yeah, no, that game was crazy because I'm in the back, and as we're coming back now, so we were down 24 when I left. I don't know, we were down 11 or 13 or something like that. So as we started getting closer, I'm watching the game in the training room, but the feed is like 20 seconds delayed. So like I would hear the crowd go crazy and the Celtics would be literally walking the ball up the court. So I'm like, I got to go find a live feed. So I actually ended up watching the game on a very tiny screen, split screen on our video guy's laptop. So that's how I watched the end of the game in the overtime. We need to talk about Top Shot. This thing is blowing up. Tyrese, when did you get in on Top Shot?
I just got in like a couple days ago when we were in our Chicago road trip. My brother, came up to me about a month ago. He's kind of the brains of our family. But he came to me. He's like, yo, this new thing, NBA Top Shot. You need to get into it. Invest as much money as you can. Trust me, you're going to make a lot of money. I brushed him off. And then I was talking to my teammates about it, and nobody knew what it was, whatever. So when we were on a road trip in Chicago, I looked on Top Shot, and my card had went from $400 a month before to $1,000, and I'm like, I'm not buying this now. Like, why is it so much? And then I tweeted about it, and the card went to like 1,700 in 30 minutes. So then I was like, there's a lot of there's too much going on that I have to jump in immediately. So then I just got in as quick as I could. But I still feel like I'm a little late to the game.
We're still in the early innings, I feel like. So
yeah,
so these are Top Shot moments or NFTs. They're non-fungible tokens, which is basically a crypto token that's unique and it's collectible. Like an NBA moment, a digital video moment of a highlight. And I'm, of course, 36, getting ready to turn 37. I'm going to be a little bit of a boomer here, but I'm like, can't you just go on YouTube for free and watch the same highlight? But there is this whole world of collectability that's exploding right now. We've seen it with trading cards, obviously watches, vintage cars, wine, and then now that is all moving into the crypto and digital space. So it's only natural that something like this would sort of take off. Similar story to you, though. My best friend from high school is a finance lawyer, and he specializes in blockchain technology. So he's been texting me for months about Top Shot, and finally after his third text, this was like a month ago, I'm like, yo, what is Top Shot? What are you talking about? Like, I didn't even know. And I didn't even know that we had a licensing agreement.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
So, I mean, I guess it's good. It's good for everybody. It's good for everybody.
What percentage of the league do you guys think is even aware of Top Shot's existence?
5 days ago, maybe 5%. Right now, it seems like every time I log onto Twitter, another player is tweeting about it.
Yeah. I think when I would say 5 days ago, probably around 5%, maybe even less. I don't know how it is for your team with you and with you and Josh being able to advocate, but I'm kind of the only advocate for Top Shot in the Kings organization right now. But I would say about half of our team has sat down Tyrese, explain to me exactly what it is. So I think it's it's going up by the day.
I love that you're the whisperer that everyone is.
Yeah, it's crazy. People will we were getting dinner. Guys are grabbing me sit me down, just explain to me everything you know about it. I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I just know that it's coming up. So, and a lot of the guys, Hassan Whiteside and Harrison Barnes, y'all have made a lot of money in this game. Just put some in it. Just don't put a ton in it. And don't blame me if it don't work. I promise you for the most part, it's going to work.
Were you following the trading card stuff before this?
I was just going to ask about that.
A little bit, as I got to I had to sign so many Panini cards, leading up to the draft. I was that's how I made all my money kind of before the draft. So I started to get into it, and Gary V, he's really big into it. I follow him through social media. So I kind of started to get into it, but I would never buy anything. I just was kind of, watching the market and stuff.
Have you purchased your own card, or has Panini given you your own card yet?
The people I talked to said Panini would give me some of my own cards by the end of the year.
Okay.
So I'm waiting, but no, I will not purchase. I don't think I'll purchase a card.
I went through, this is probably October, November. I was out in Sag Harbor and I went through all my cards when I was a kid, and I stopped. I collected from 1989 to when I was 5 to about 97, 98. So all my cards are from that time period. And I have a decent collection. I'm just not anything crazy, but I have 50 Michael Jordan cards. I have a bunch of Kobe Bryant rookie cards. I'm gonna figure out if any of these things are actually valuable. It's gonna be my off-season project.
You got to. You never know. It's so crazy. You have no clue.
You've been playing great, and I just looked up your splits. And you're actually getting better as the season's going on. What do you attribute to that to? Because some of it, obviously, your usage rate was very low early in the season. I think it was 13% first month of the season. Now it's all the way up close to 20. So some of it is obviously just having the ball in your hands more and getting more shots. But how much of it is the game slowing down for you?
Yeah, I think it slows down by, the day, definitely by the game. But for me, it's by the day with, practice and stuff. It's just getting easier for me. I think I mention all the time kind of the confidence that I have and the confidence that the staff has in me. But, they've really been getting on me about being more vocal. And it's kind of becoming obvious that, they want me to, do that now. Don't wait to lead. They always say, don't wait to lead. You got to lead now. So that's been big for me is as a rookie, they expect me to do something like this. That gives, that just kind of, it blows my head up a little bit, gives me a lot of confidence. And, I think throughout the games, I get more confidence in a lot of these games, right? I was top 10 in the league in fourth quarter scoring through the first 15 games. But a lot of that reasoning was because nobody, there wasn't a lot of film on me, and I would draw the fourth, one of the worst defenders on the court. So it's the best example I have of it is we played Boston, right? And usually when I check in and somebody else checks in, the guy off the bench is going to guard me for the most part. But we played Boston. I just got in, not even took a shot yet, haven't touched the ball. We're at the free throw line. I get to the opposite corner on the opposite side, and somebody comes to guard me, and Brad Stevens yells, "Jalen, you got him." And I was like, wow, maybe I'm doing all right. If you put Jalen Brown on me, that means I must be doing all right. So I think that's just giving me confidence in seeing that other teams are starting to pay more attention to me in the scouting report, and I'm moving up, and I feel a lot more, confident and comfortable within the game.
I was gonna ask to follow up on this. In the last month, most of your best games have been against like Boston, Denver, Milwaukee, sort of like the cream of the crop of the league. Is that a coincidence? Do you feel like you're raising your game to the competition? Like where is that coming from?
Yeah, I mean, I just, as a basketball player, I feel like when you play teams like that, you should be really excited. You know, like you wake up in the morning, like I get to play basketball today. You know, like that's just how I kind of look at it. And like, you know, I think that's just kind of how it's worked out. I feel like that all the time. Like I'm, you know, like it's a blessing to be able to play this game. But I think, you know, like when you get in front of, you know, to have to play guys like, you know, Jokic and Jason Tatum, and like if you're not ready, then go out there and lose by 30. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and get scored on every play. But like, I don't know. It's just, you know, I feel like I always am just like ready to rise to the occasion and hoop, you know?
Last time we had you on, you told a great story about your sort of welcome to the NBA moment with Damian Lillard. Have you had any other moments like that since then that you can think of?
Oh man. Well, we played Brooklyn. We play Brooklyn tomorrow, but we played Brooklyn, you know, at home during their West Coast trip. No KD. So, yeah, I don't know what I expected going into the game. I just was like, you know, we get to play against Kyrie and James today. But man, like it was like from the beginning, from like the start of the game to the end of the game, it was like just nonstop, like just bucket, ISO, bucket. Like they're getting to whatever they want to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Like I think the biggest one for me so far is like transition. Kyrie's coming down, and like I'm the first one back, so like I gotta check him, and he like takes it, backs up, gets in the ISO package, boom, hits 100 moves, right? Steps back into the three. As he lets it go, James yells over like, "Can I have this dance, Kyrie?" And he goes, "Nothing but net." And I'm like, oh my God! Let's get back on offense. This is ridiculous. Like that was insane. So like I say that those two guys, that's been the biggest one for me. So like besides the Dame one.
That's an amazing story. That is an amazing story. The thing with great offensive players, KD's in this category, Kawhi, James, Kyrie. There's a bunch of them. LeBron, obviously. It's like the defense can be great. They're either going to make the shot or they're going to miss the shot. Yeah. They're human, so they do miss shots, but they're either going to make or miss because they, like you said, they can just get to their package and create a good shot out of that package. Yeah, it's wild. There's levels to this shit, and the top guys, it's a different level.
Yeah, we're 100%. Like no matter the scheme, like whatever we're doing, like yeah, let's work to get the ball out of his hands, deny him. Like he's gonna find a way to get the ball and get to his spots. Like a lot of these guys, it's just up to them if they make it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like you can make it tough, but you know they're still gonna get there 25 a night. You know.
Well, JJ, I was gonna mention to you, Tyrese, have you guys played the Bulls yet?
Yeah, twice. Beat him the first time. Zach LaVine just had 38.
Yeah, because Zach, what Zach did to the Pelicans the other day was similar to this, where you're like, it doesn't matter what you're throwing at this guy. When he's playing like this, he's going to get 35. He's going to get whatever he got, over 40, I think.
Yeah. We're in the process of doing some adjustments in our pick and roll coverage. So we're now, you know, we're going to game plan it, obviously, depending on if a guy's got it going or not and who the player is. But, you know, for most of the season, we've been ultra aggressive. You know, we're in essentially like a corral or a soft blitz with the 5-man. And it is like we soft blitzed Zach LaVine on every one of his pick and rolls, and he had over 40. We soft blitzed Damian Lillard on every one of his pick and rolls. In fact, at times we clamped him, meaning we blitzed him, and he had 43. Some of these guys, as David Griffin said to me the other day, are trained killers. Like Damian Lillard is an assassin. He is a trained killer. What he did in that game, 43 and 16, every big play down the stretch. I mean, again, there's levels to this, and some of these guys are just insanely great. They're insanely great. All right, we are going to get to the draft. Tyrese, last time I checked, you didn't draft with us.
I've never drafted. I've never.
Yes.
This is the first time.
This
first,
would be
but
your
not the
first
last.
draft. Tommy, you probably ran through with Tyrese, but draft topic and explain the process.
So we're picking basketball moments from movies that you would want to buy on Top Shot if they were available.
Okay. So I have first pick.
Yep.
Okay, that's easy. I'm gonna go with Michael Jordan's game-winning dunk against the Monstars.
Yeah, good pick.
It's a great pick.
Preferably,
it's a great pick.
Yeah. Preferably like serial number like 23.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's an undeniable first overall pick just with the market for MJ. I mean, there's nothing.
No question.
Nothing else.
I didn't even put that on my draft board because I knew that it would not get to me with the third pick. So I didn't even put it on there.
The way you've been drafting recently, I mean, that's another conversation. Okay. I'm going to pick, I'm going Ray Allen, final scene, he got game. Number 1 overall, the beating Denzel. The entire one-on-one scene.
Okay, but that wasn't the final scene. The final scene is him shooting a
Not the
basketball
shooting
into the
at jail.
rafters that
The
ends up
one-on-one-
into
the one-on-one scene in Coney Island.
Prison to the rafters. Sorry,
Yeah.
the prison.
So the
prison
second,
guard to the
the
rafters.
second to last scene. The second to last scene.
Okay, so Jesus Shuttlesworth knocks Jake Shuttlesworth down, 2-hand dunk, 11-5, game over.
Yep. Sends him back to prison.
Okay, I like it. Although I've shitted on this movie too many times to count on this podcast, I have to pick Jimmy Chitwood's game-winning shot in the state championship in Hoosiers as my first pick, and then my second pick. This one's tough for me, but I'm gonna go with Sandy's "Let It Rain" in Along Came Polly. I want this so bad. I want this moment so bad. I'm picking Sandy's "Let It Rain," Rainmaker.
Tyrese, have you seen this movie?
No, I've never seen this movie.
Oh my God. It's a Ben Stiller, Philip Seymour Hoffman movie. So it's a very good pick. It's an amazing scene. This is my question. I mean, I don't want to get back to Top Shot questions in general. Like, is Top Shot going to have bad moments? Because the whole thing in the scene is Philip Seymour Hoffman, Tyrese, is just terrible. And he's just bricking shot after shot at the park in New York, and it's super funny. But it's like, it would be like a dude going like 0 for 27 and having that be on Top Shot.
There's no way that ever happens. If that no way the NBA.
You don't think they'll do Shackton moments on Top Shot? There won't be a marketplace for Shackton moments, Shackton a fool moments.
There's definitely buyers. There would definitely be buyers ready.
Yes,
but the hard part would be, okay, are players gonna allow this? You know what I mean? Because they don't want to affect. Like, that's what we were talking about today. Like, would my teammates be offended if I owned a clip of something happening to them? Like, there's a CJ McCollum crossover on Buddy, right? And I looked at it and I was like, maybe I should have.
You just dropped $5,000 on it.
But I don't want to hurt anything in the locker room, so I let it go.
I want the Malice at the Palace on Top Shot, personally. All right, I'm going Billy Hoyle, White Man Can't Jump, alley-oop for my second.
It's a good pick.
Wow.
Good pick.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with 2 clips from the same movie.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm 2000s kid, so Like Mike is a movie that's very dear to my heart. My first one's going to be the Calvin Cambridge game winner against the San Antonio Spurs in his first game. At 13 years old, he becomes the first player to play an NBA game, also hit the game winner against the Admiral. So that's why I'm going with my second pick. And then my third pick would be Tracy Reynolds hits the game winner versus the Raptors. Crazy game. Calvin doesn't show up till about the third or fourth quarter. And Calvin, who seems to have been the MVP of the year, decides to pass up a wide open shot to give it to Tracy Reynolds for somehow a wide open mid-range jumper to take the LA Knights to the playoffs. So that's my third pick.
I rewatched that scene earlier today, and I was going to pick this. Vince Carter is ridiculous in that scene. So first of all, obviously he's lost his powers. He doesn't have his ability anymore. So he shoots one shot and Vince blocks it and goes to half court, loose ball, whatever. But then the second shot, keep in mind this dude's like 5 feet tall. If that, he might be shorter than 5 feet.
He goes under his legs, right?
Yeah, and he gives Vince a shot fake and goes underneath his legs.
Yeah, come on.
And then passes, you're right, for a wide open mid-range jumper.
Yeah, there's some great clips on there. I could have picked when he throws the ball off of Jason Kidd's back and gets the assist. That would be killer.
There's a lot honestly, that movie is also perfect in the Top Shot demo.
Oh, for sure.
The marketplace for that movie would be crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'm going third. I'm going the flip dunk from John Tucker Must Die. That's about a third of the way into the movie. One of if not the best dunk in the history of cinema.
Wow, great pick.
That is a great pick. I didn't want to pick anything from that movie because it's such a bad movie.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. All right, I gotta start picking serious things. I can tell this is all right. I'm gonna go with Bobby Joe Hill's steal and save, and then the alley-oop off the backboard to seal the game for Western Texas, UTEP now in Glory Road. My second, I'm going with, you guys ever seen The Cable Guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going with Ernie Chip Douglas's running up Jack Black's back to dunk the basketball and shatter the rim. Iconic scene in that movie.
Solid. Also, any rim shattering is going to do well on the platform.
100%.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
Rare moments are definitely going to do best.
That's easy. Good pick. All right, I'm going fourth. You guys ever see Six Man?
Yes.
Oh my God, I was going to pick that.
The game winner, baby.
I thought for sure nobody would know the movie. But what pick are you? Number
four, man. You're drafting with pros here, Tyrese. Now you know.
Might take a moment from that year, but you pick what game winner are we talking about?
The game winner at the end of the movie. The game winning dunk.
Okay.
Right at the end of the movie, right when he goes and hugs him afterwards.
That was a game winning three, right from half court.
Was it a three?
Yeah, he let it go, and then Antoine's going to dunk it for him. He's like, "Let it go." And
right. Okay.
Yeah.
You know this well. Yes, game-winning three.
I live by that movie.
That's it. Great movie.
It's a great movie. Wow.
I think we should give the pick to Tyrese for knowing what actually happened in the scene.
No. Take that because mine's a different scene from the movie.
Okay. All right. You got 4 and 5, so you're closing out your draft right here.
Okay. With 4. I'm going to go with Coffee Black catches the first ever alley-oop in the Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl.
Great pick.
Iconic scene. I'm sad it slid this low. But great. That's probably one of the crazy.
This is a very impressive first drafting performance for Tyrese. I have to say, this is like the Kings this year.
My only gripe with your draft so far is that you picked 2 moments from the same movie. That would be my only gripe. But
yeah, and again, I was thinking about
nitpicking.
I was thinking about maybe taking Timo Cruz's fast break pull up 3.
In Coach Carter.
But I let that go. I don't like that one. One. And then my last pick from the 6 man as well would be the Washington Huskies win their first game without Antoine Tyler, where he is still a ghost and nobody can see him. And Kenny Tyler goes to pass it, and Antoine twists the ball in the air 100 times, and it goes in for game. That would probably be the most valuable clip in Top Shot history. So I'm going to go with Kenny Tyler's game winner.
All right. It's great picks.
I love
great
it.
Picks.
That's a solid 1 through 5. All right, I'm closing it. I was thinking about picking this higher because, to our point about rim shattering, backboard shattering moments, those would clearly play well on the platform. It's a controversial movie. I'm not sure it holds up well, but the backboard destruction in Joanna Man as my fifth pick. I just it has to go in the top 15. Like it has to be there.
It has to. You're right. It probably has to.
Solid draft, Tommy.
Thanks.
Nothing too egregious today.
Thanks, Tyrese. Do you know about our draft history at all, or no?
I just saw K Love going off.
He got mad. He got mad about
Citizen Kane. Citizen Kane. It's a top 3 moment on this podcast.
By the way, he reacted to the. By the way, we talked to him right before this. He's still mad about it. We taped it like 4 days ago. He's still upset about Citizen Kane's honor being besmirched on this podcast.
I'm not mad at him. He feels strong about it.
That's true.
All right, I'm gonna close this out. So I want to mention a few sort of free agents that I had that won't be picked up. Ollie's underhand free throws to send them to the state championship in Hoosiers. Jackie Moon passing out of the post what seems like 9 or 10 times. That would be an iconic moment. The back screen to get Neon Badeau open and Penny Hardaway, a.k.a. Butch, delivering a perfect alley-oop for them to beat Indiana 93-92. Great moment. But I'm gonna go with Above the Rim here because it's one of my favorite basketball-related movies. So Shep's steal and alley-oop to Kyle for the dunk at the buzzer to win the game.
It's a great pick. That's a great pick. I Love and Basketball is my all-time favorite movie, and I didn't pick a clip from there. I feel bad about it, but at the end of the day, I don't know one clip that is. What clip would you take?
No, I had the same conundrum.
No,
today.
I don't think there's one
because
particular one.
A lot of the clips, the best clips, or not the best clips, but the most pivotal clips in that thing are all of like failure. They're all bad stuff happens.
Like, what am I going to take? A hard foul at the start of the movie? I could take Monica's charge in her first start at USC. That's all I got. I got 2 fouls, and I can't take either of them. Quincy didn't do anything but hit a nice reverse layup and hit a 3 in his opening montage, but I can't take any of those clips. I refuse.
This has been a great first appearance as our correspondent, Tyrese. We appreciate it. Good luck.
We'll see you soon.
We'll see you very soon.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.